my question around the school hunting is like, how do you know a school is good apart from the Ofsted rating, apart from just what they are on their website? How do you actually, when you're doing that research, what should be the key things you're looking out for?
Sometimes people will go on the website, as you said, they will just see the outstanding, good, needs improvement, or they will just go by the school grid. Because, for example, secondary school, people will just go by, GCSE, they are very good, they're getting good grades in this GCSE. Whereas, what is happening to the children at the school? What sort of children are they outside when they go? So what I would advise is, when you're choosing a school for your child, have at the back of your mind, yes, the outstandings are good, the school grid are good to check. You don't want to send your child into a school that is. But speak to people, find out, get advice, get experience. I have seen a school that has needs improvement, whereby that improvement was actually helping them so much because the government was pumping so much money at the time, so much resources, so much teachers to help the children. So anyone joining that school at that time might miss it by, this school is bad, they said it needs improvement, I'm gone. Or a school might have been outstanding for a very long time and we don't know what's happening. Also, I would advise that visit the school, go for open days. Seeing is believing.
Probably more than once.
More than once. Look at how the children are behaving more than once. What you see will make your eyes glow. So you've seen the paper, you've seen Ofsted, go in physically, ask questions. Who is the SEND coordinator? What is the behavioral development? Who is the this? Who is the that? So when it comes to choosing school, it can be a dicey experience, but my advice to anyone will be speak to people that have gone ahead, do your research. Don't base it just on what you see on the screen. Visit and pray for God to lead you, and have at the back of your mind where you actually see your children. There used to be a time when church school, we all need to get to church school. It's not only church school. There are schools that are not church school that are also very good school. There are schools that have good rating and they are still very outstanding schools. So I'll leave it there.
Visitation is very key in choosing the school to actually see. You mentioned who is the SEND coordinator. What is SEND for people who may not know? SEND coordinator, it's an acronym for Special Education Needs and Disabilities.
That was probably just an example to know who are the designated people in the school. Who is I think the leadership of the school is very key at any point in time. So the team, they make up the team. So including who the designated people are in the school, who if they have, just ask questions. Sometimes some of these things, Google questions that you can ask when you are going to visit a school.
Or a nursery.
You can Google, people have their own experience. You can, the word just skipped my mind. You can use the experiences. What sort of questions should I ask when I go to a school? And if you feel, you're about to make a decision, apart from the open day, you can call the school that, is it okay that you visit? They may say no, they may say yes. If you have questions, that's quite relevant. Yes, and I was going to add to that, the ethos of the school is very important. What's the ethos of the school? What are they focusing on? So those very key things are, church schools are still very good, although sometimes the leadership and the team there are not necessarily church people anymore. So find out if they are still imbibing that ethos, that church moral, because again, that that helps, especially if you're a person of faith. That that could be the decider between two good schools. That might be what will help you.
And can I just quickly add as well, education, we're not just talking about primary education. We're talking from nursery, from when your child qualifies for that 3-year-old grant or formal education. You need to visit, you need to speak. How many babies today have in their baby room? If you have a 10-month-old, you're thinking of going back to work, don't just drop your child there. Visit different nurseries. Who is the team leader there? Who is the key worker? How many children do the key worker have? How would they look after them? How often do you change their nappies? Please, let's not be scared to ask questions, because if we don't ask, people are constantly asking this question, because it's your child. It's what you want for your child, and I believe is the best. So when going into nursery, find out who's the manager, how many rooms do they have, how many children are in the baby room, toddler room, ask questions.
Yeah, sorry, I feel strongly to say this as well, because we focused on the nursery. With the secondary school as well, you might want to, there's a lot of importance to the secondary school as well. So very, very key. It might be important to start to, yes, this is what I wanted to say. It just came back to me. Especially because we value the academical part of what we're talking about. When they start to be in a primary school, whether they're going to grammar school as well. In my view, I think some children may need extra tuition apart from what is being taught at school to make them exemplary and to get them into outstanding schools. And the curriculum is not enough to get them. So you might need extra tuition at the primary school level, especially if they're going to grammar school or private schools. They definitely need extra tuition. The curriculum is not enough. It's not designed enough to go into the school. Well, if they go into a prep school or a private school, that might help. But extra tuition may be a good extra tuition might be needed.
A prep school, it's a private school of primary education. And then you also have private school for secondary school. So you have the state school and then you have private school. If you have enough money to put your child in a prep school, thumbs up, good. If not, you still have state schools that are good. But as a parent, if you want to support your child through extra tuition, or if you don't have time, you can always send them to tutors to support them. But getting into good schools, you probably need some extra support for the child.
If not only if you have enough money, if you have the right information. It's because the purpose of your platform is to help people that are coming into UK to while private schools are quite expensive, whatever, there are information out there on how you can go on certain scholarships and things like that, especially if the child is so it is worth finding out. So don't rule that out no, because some are quite beneficial for I'm still honing on what you want. If you want your child to be great, so that question that you ask is still ringing in my head. Don't be deterred by grammar schools are excellent. I recommend them. But primary school, if you have the opportunity, find out. It's not only if you have money. There are opportunities there now to be able to get your children in there.
Because education is very key, and going, like you said, also going to the right school is very, very important to because when I was discussing with your wife during the preparation for this, it was then she mentioned about the cognitive development of the child, and that's when they're actually growing up. So giving them the right education at those stages is really is building a very, very solid foundation for the greatness to sit upon. Because if that is not there, if that is failing, then the potential to be great is possible, but it may be a bit more challenging because
give
of
them a head start with those kind
Yes.
of good. You give them a head start.